This week, we uncover our domain wall. Ian gets carried away on the bathroom, and my father shows me how to fix our entryway tile.
So today, Daphne and I want to work on something that's been a little bit neglected around the domain, which is this beautiful rock wall we have lining the left side of the property. And we just never cleaned it before.
But there's definitely some tiles that need to get cleaned up and some ivy, and then there's all these like little shoots coming out, and it would be nice to clean up around all the big trees that line the wall as well. And we have our work cut out for us for today.
Yeah, we'll see if we can survive the cold.
Oh no, that's electric cable.
Well, there's the old lighting that's probably attached to that.
Okay.
At one point in time, somebody put a bunch of these spotlights in the trees, but they were angling down. It probably looked kind of interesting, but not good. And Daphne had the idea of maybe putting some kind of spotlights at the base of the tree, put it up, so then we would have the trees that line the domain would all be like kind of glowing. So maybe we could do that, but this is probably just not even good anymore.
Okay, we should still pull it up, don't you think?
Totally. Get rid of it.
I'm feeling pretty nervous about these tiles here.
Yeah. Pretty nervous is my middle name.
What?
Not my toes.
Well, we're making good progress. We've made it to the secret door. I always imagined that this door led to a secret garden as a kid. My grandfather never let me go through it. And then I couldn't find the key to it. And then one of my neighbors actually presented himself, and he was like, hey, you know that little door on the side of your wall? Your grandfather and I would go through it to come and say hi and have a drink every once in a while. And so he gave me a copy of the key. I've always really loved this door visually, the magic of having it covered by the ivy, and then right behind it you have the steeple of the church, and it's just so beautiful.
I'm gonna use the chainsaw. And it died.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't charged. It's okay. We have another chainsaw.
So I'm back. Just saw our neighbor, Monsieur Philippe, and the key that I have goes to his gate, but it turns out that this door goes to an alleyway, and then his gate goes over here, and this little alley goes straight into somebody's backyard. So he was able to bring me to the other side of this door, but the key doesn't fit. So I'm gonna look through that big box of keys again when I have time to. I don't know when that'll be.
We did some great work today. This whole area is clean. That's what matters. So today I'm going to remove all the tiling on the walls here in the bathroom. And the nice thing about this job is that I don't have to worry about salvaging these. So I can break them. And I checked with Daphne just to make sure. She said it's all good. So hopefully this job will go a bit faster and will definitely be more fun. my thumb. What is this? Huh, that's weird. Okay, so I seem to have the same problem on this wall as I did on the last one, which is that they thought it was a good idea to put up this layer of sheetrock above the main wall, and it seems that the reason for it is so they could avoid trenching in lines for the electrical wires. But now I have to remove all of this sheetrock like I did on the last wall, which is taking way longer than it should be. There's a theme to that. Not really sure where we're gonna put this door yet, but can't stay here, so. Come on. Okay, who invented flathead screws? There we go. I'll have to edit that to make it look like it was the first try. There we go. This is way faster. You know, the hook side of this hammer works pretty well, but sometimes you just need the power of Asgard.
Good job getting all the tile off.
Thank you.
We did speak to Benoit and asked him about doing a wooden countertop and wooden floors in here, and he actually advised against it. So we were looking at some options and we found a beautiful wood tile, and we found a travertine that was on sale, and it's actually really beautiful. And on the display, they filled it with grout, which is cool, but not my favorite. And my dad was mentioning that he started working with resin recently on wood, and so we're gonna see if we can do something with resin on these. My dad noticed that there were a few pieces of sandstone and marble that were loose in our entryway, and up until now I've been lifting them, vacuuming them out underneath, and then just setting them back in. But he told me that we can actually set them so that they stay fixed in place, and he's going to show me how to do that today.
So walking through here, I realized that some of these tiles are loose when you step on them. This is extremely loose. Just in general, this little tool helps you to check most of these out by just putting it at the edge, and then you can see how it moves. It's the same for these smaller tiles.
Okay.
And I don't want to go any further because, well, we might find a lot more. This could happen because of the temperature differences, and I don't know what they're rolling through here because it seems that quite a few of them are broken and then put back in place. These are two different materials, or, oh, no, Oops, it's unfortunate. This is some kind of a glue mastic, but I don't know why somebody would use it here. Maybe they thought it would help. I mean, to really fix that, you would have to clean all this out and start with a fresh mortar bed.
I wonder if they're all like that.
I don't know. I mean, this seems loose.
It's weird that there's like hay in the middle of them.
Well, this is just probably debris that blows in and then kind of works itself underneath.
Okay.
See, there's glitter from your weddings.
The idea of redoing the whole entryway right now is a little daunting with the other projects that we have. Okay, so on the plaster, we can use the thin set, but then on the
old original limestone mortar, no.
Okay.
So this all looks like next. That's enough. Thank you.
You can pour it back.
No, I think this should work. So you want that, like we did. We put the water first, and so now looks like we got a pretty even. Good. There we go. So you want to do that very gently to not break the tile.
Missing a whole spot over here though. There we go.
It will squeeze into the empty spaces.
Okay. Where did you learn to do this, Papa?
Well, I learned it when I was high layer in Germany, but then I learned more of it when I started doing stonework in California.
Well, this kind of reminds me of the big job that you did in Napa, and I remember helping you do the tile work there.
Yeah, I let you play a little bit.
I did put down lots of tiles. I mean, I was like, what, 13 at the time?
Right, child labor was very
Did
cheap
you have
that
to
time.
redo all of my work? So Valentine's Day is coming up, so we thought it might be fun for us to share the story of how we met.
But we thought it might be even more exciting if we each gave our own version of that story. So let's hope this goes over well. And I will let you give your version of events first.
Okay, but he's the one editing it, so.
I'll find out her version later. Okay, have at it.
So the first time I saw Ian was in high school, and we met in a chemistry class.
She was a senior and I was a junior, so she was way above my league, and I was very well aware of that. And it was just a bit of a problem because she was very distracting. You know, here I was trying to learn stoichiometry.
He was very cute, and he had all these like fun little doodles that he was doing all the time. I don't know how good his grades were.
Yeah, she got a better grade in that class than I did.
And he just seemed like a really goofy guy, and I loved it.
Every morning I remember sitting in front of the class with my buddies, and she would go walking past, and each time I would nudge my friends and be like, dude, that's Daphne, that's the girl I was talking about. And they'd be like, we know, shut up, we don't care anymore. And finally, they got so fed up, they said, if you don't ask her out, then you cannot talk about her anymore. And I was like, okay. So I did. And the look on their faces when I came back with her number and a date, they were just like, anything's possible.
Yeah, one day he asked me out, and we went out on a couple dates. We ended up going to homecoming together.
She already had a car and a driver's license, and I didn't. So on one of our dates, I remember picking her up, and my parents were in the back seat because they wouldn't let me drive without a license. So that was fun.
But then I realized that he was a junior and I was a senior, and when I was going to graduate and go off to college, he would still be in high school.
And as they say, if you love something, let it go. Or more accurately, sometimes you love something and it goes to college. Eventually, after I was done with the military, I was living in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I was planning a Christmas trip back to our hometown in California. And I saw on Facebook that Daphne was in town for a little bit.
And I got this Facebook message from Ian saying that he was interested in the kinesiology program at Berkeley. And he knew that I had gone to Berkeley, and so he wanted to know if I had anything to share about my experience, and asked me if I was available for a cup of coffee.
I think I told her that I was interested in UC Berkeley, which
there's no kinesiology program at Berkeley, so I would love that cup of coffee.
Coffee turned into a full day hangout, followed by another full day.
I was just so giddy the whole way home, and when I got home, I literally parked and my phone did the little ding ding, and I got a text message from him just hey, I really want to take you on another date, and I like you a lot, and I was smitten.
Before I knew it, she was coming to visit me in Flagstaff, and we've been together ever since. The funny thing about the YouTube side of this is that we actually made our first video when I was still living in Arizona, and we went on a little road trip from Arizona through several states and back. And I thought it'd be kind of fun if we just high-fived along the way. So I did find that video, and I figured it might be fun if I play a bit of that. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Okay, what are we doing?
Just a high five.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta jump.
Okay.
All right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Trying to do this without looking.